What's up, tech heads and gamers? It's your boy Mello, E to the Z to the E. Welcome to the channel where we respect the tech and we salute the gamers and we say, come on, let's get right into it. So today we're going to be talking about my top 10 favorite games for the Nintendo Switch. Now, if you guys didn't know, the Switch has been out for a year officially, and there's been so many great games. This video was hard for me to make, but I think I did a good job thinking about the 10 games that I really enjoyed the most since the Switch came out. So this list is going to be different from, you guys' list. I mean, it's my opinion versus you guys, but I definitely would like to know what your top 10 games are since you have got the Nintendo Switch. So please leave that in the comments below, and I definitely read all the comments. I definitely will be checking it out. So to get started, my number 10, we're going to go from 10 to 1. 10 being my least favorite, but the fact that it made it to the top 10 list means that it's still a great game, because there was so many games again that came out for the Switch since the year that it has released. So my 10 is Skyrim. So you guys might say, oh my gosh, this dude put Skyrim number 10, this game should be top 5 at least. And that is the argument I'm trying to make with this video. There's just a lot of great games for the Switch. I mean, for Skyrim to be 10 on my list means that there are 9 games better than Skyrim. And you guys, hopefully I do it justice, but you guys are gonna see. But again, back to Skyrim, this game is amazing. If you're looking for a good Western RPG, open world, pretty much free to do whatever you want, definitely check this game out. The graphics is great. No frame rate issues with this. It looks really great if you play it docked, and it looks really great if you play it on handheld mode. So definitely if you're looking for a good Western RPG for the Nintendo Switch. And then also the beauty about playing this game on the go portably is definitely a win for this game. So definitely check out Skyrim. The 9th game on my list is LA Noire. Now, I haven't played this game as much as I would like to play this game. Actually, I did a video overview / review of this game, and it was kind of a bummer because I only played it for like an hour or so during that stream. And honestly speaking, after that, I played it for another like 2 hours. The graphics are incredible in the game. There's a little hiccup when there's a lot of things going on, but again, the graphics are great. The story is great. I played this on my PS3, so I know the story is gonna be legit. So graphics great, story's great, and it's a good port to the Switch. It runs really well, looks really great. Again, this is Rockstar's first game on the Switch, and I'm sure that seeing that this did decent on the Switch, we might see other ports from Rockstar. So that's my number 9 favorite game for the Nintendo Switch. Number 8 on the list is Resident Evil Revelations 1 and 2. Now, I couldn't just put one of these. I mean, I think they go well together. So 1 and 2 is definitely on my list. If you guys are looking for a good scary game, definitely a good scary adventure game, check out Resident Evil. This is the first Resident Evil game to come to the Switch, and it looks great and it plays really well. And I think Capcom did a good job making the Switch, making this port on the Switch relevant to the Switch. For instance, these motion controllers, you can split the Joy-Con, give one to the other person, and play 2-player co-op on the Switch. So kudos for Capcom for not just porting a crap port over, but taking the time to make this game suitable for the Nintendo Switch. Now, the 7th game on my list is Bayonetta 1 and 2. Now, this game just released at the end of February, but oh my goodness, this game is so amazing. The good thing is I didn't play any of this game for the Xbox or Xbox 360 or PS3, and I didn't play Bayonetta 2 for the Wii U. So this is all a new experience to me, and I have to say I cannot put this game down. This game is action-packed from beginning to the end. Like, no slowdowns at all. I'm just about the second to last chapter in Bayonetta 1, and then after I beat that, I'm gonna go to 2. So this game I can actually see moving up this list after I completed 2, because a lot of people are saying 2 is better than 1, story-wise, graphic-wise, gameplay-wise, and I haven't even played 2. I'm just like talking about 1 because that's all I've played so far. I don't want to play both at the same time. I want to beat 1, then move to the other one. So Bayonetta 1 and 2, but I've read reviews into, I've seen some gameplays and it looks incredible. So this is 7 on my list right now, but I'm sure after I complete 2, this might actually bump up higher on my list. So Bayonetta 1 and 2, my number 7. The 6th game on my list is Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battles. Now, I think personally this game is a game that took everybody by surprise. There was rumors of it coming out even before E3 happened last year. But then when the E3 presentation came and we saw this game, you know, everyone made fun of it. They thought it was a joke. Rabbids plus Mario tactical, that sounds pretty stupid. But honestly speaking, this game shocked a lot of people, including myself. And I think they were smart to release this game. I think it came out early August or early, I can't remember. But they were smart to release it before the heavy hitters came, like Mario Odyssey and Xenoblade Chronicles. Maybe September, I can't remember. I don't know. But again, brilliant to release this game before the heavy hitters hit. You know, during the holiday, because people then got some time to play this game and love it, because this game is incredible. If you're into tactical shooters, kind of like XCOM, this game fits that need. But not only that, the story is actually really funny. This game definitely shocked me, surprised me, and I love it. It's actually one of those games that every once in a while I just go back, pick it up and play it, because the gameplay is just so fun. You can this different tactical element. You can jump off someone's head, hit someone, run back to where you were hiding, shoot them, and then heal at the end. It's crazy. The combination is madness. And then on top of that, they just added a verse battle to where you can play against someone else. So they keep adding to this game. I'm just hoping and praying that we'll get an online verse mode through an update. That would be incredible. And then this also Donkey Kong that's coming up soon for this game. So Donkey Kong is going to be a playable character. So it just goes to show that they still supporting this game. This game is fun, it's incredible, and I love it. So that makes my number 6 game for the Switch. Now, this wouldn't be a Nintendo countdown without Mario Kart in it. So Mario Kart 5, I feel like this game is a very significant game for the Nintendo Switch. This game was the game that came out, I believe, right after Zelda Breath of the Wild. This was the game that people were saying, oh, Nintendo Switch is a Zelda console. After Zelda, there's nothing to play. And Mario Kart 8 Deluxe came and just shut everyone out. It's like, no. Nintendo was just making a bold statement saying, no, Breath of the Wild is not all we got. Here comes another AAA game. Even though it released on the Wii U, we're gonna add some more stuff to it. They added a revamped online play where the battle was different from the original, and it was a heck lot of fun. I put in about like 60 hours into this game. Enjoyed playing the heck out of it. And the cool thing about this is you can split the Joy-Cons and play in the same console, so they took advantage of that Switch feature. I still believe that this is by far one of the better, or I would even go as far to say the best multiplayer game for the Switch, hands down. Because you can do online, and then you can do split screen Joy-Con all in one console with 4 people. So again, I feel like this game made a statement for Nintendo, and that's why it's my number 5th game. So my number 4th game is NBA 2K18. So this is crazy because I'm not a big 2K guy, and some of you guys might be like, what the heck is he talking about? He streams this game a lot. I hardly play 2K17, I hardly play 2K18. But again, the beauty of the Switch is it makes you interested in games that you probably would never play on like a home dock console like the PS4, the Xbox One. I was looking for another game to play. I was like, alright, 2K's coming. I need a sports game for the Switch, so I got it. And man, I was hooked. Playing my career, playing my park. I was like, yo, this game is hot. This game is fun. When I'm not playing it, I always want to go back to playing it. And I fell in love with this game, and then we just built a community with the streaming. I mean, like, we have a strong community, NBA 2 community with just streaming. And so people are saying, why isn't this game in your number one? And there's a lot more that I like in my games. Again, story means a lot to me, and I'll talk more about that later. But I feel like this game is my number 4 game because it got me really interested in 2K. I played 2K, but I didn't love 2K. But now I love 2K because of NBA 2K for the Switch. And so you guys know, I actually bought this game the same time I bought it for the Switch on the PS4, and I honestly have played it like 2 or 3 times on the PS4. I prefer to play this game on the Nintendo Switch, and that's saying a lot. Again, that shows the power of the Switch and the portability factor of the Switch. Of course, there's different things that 2K can improve on with just in-game voice chat and all those things, but still, just being able to play this game on the go makes it my number 4 game. Now, my 3rd game on the list. This game has some kind of voodoo in it, even though I don't believe in that stuff. There's just something about this game, because this is the longest game I've ever played when it comes to single player. I've put in over 120 hours into this game. More than I did. It doubled my Breath of the Wild time. It took me about 50-60 hours to beat Breath of the Wild. I'm talking about Exuma Chronicles 2. Why this game makes my top 3 game is because the story. This is by far one of the best RPG stories I've ever experienced in a video game. The story is great. I know people are like, it looks cartoonish, it looks anime-ish, Rex looks like a little boy, and all those things. But get to the ending of the game and then we'll talk, because the character development in this game is like no other. I played Final Fantasy 15 and I didn't like that game. I put in it took me about 50 hours to do this. And honestly speaking, I was like, the story is a letdown. I wasn't involved in the story. It was a huge letdown. This game story beats Final Fantasy 15 like night and day. It's so crazy because I remember everything about the story in this game, and I don't remember what happened in Final Fantasy. What I'm saying is, this by far has one of the best single player RPG story I've played in a video game. Now, there's definitely issues with this game. For instance, the fighting system is good if you know what the heck you're doing, but they don't explain it well. I actually had to YouTube tutorials on the battle just to understand what the heck was going on. But not only that, later on in this game, I'm not going to spoil anything for you guys, but later on in this game, if you haven't mastered the battle system, I guarantee you cannot beat the last couple of bosses in this game, because it requires you to master it for you to move on. And I'm not even lying. Chain attacks in this game is something that you have to master to beat the last 4 bosses in this game. And you're continuously learning how to do chain attacks, and they don't explain it well. So that's my frustration, that the battle system, it's so complicated. I wish they explained it better, but I learned it because I used a lot of YouTube videos. And then it's hard. The battle systems, the last 4 battles I'm not gonna spoil anything, but it's difficult. So that might be a turn off for some people, but for me, it's not that bad. So the story is one thing I love about it. The character development is the second thing I love about it. The graphics, it looks good docked, but when you play in handheld mode, it's really crappy, just being honest. And I've been waiting for updates, but haven't seen anything that fixed the graphics, the frame rate when you play in docked. So that is my number 3 game for the Switch. Now the second game on my list, my number 2 game on my list, is Super Mario Odyssey. There's just something about this game, it's hard to explain, but it's just so warming. I guess that's the word for it. It captivates you and doesn't let you go. So it's only 15 hours, so it's not that long, and the story is not like, you know, Super Mario, there's really no story to it, but it's just so charming and so captivating, and you just fall in love with it. It's so crazy. Like, I love this game so much, and I enjoyed my time with it. When it ended, it was good because you felt a proper closure. And, you know, some extremists that like to collect stuff might go back and want to collect all the moons, but that's not how I am. Once I'm done with the game, I put it aside, I'm done. But it ended pretty well. It was not a long stretch of a game. It's a magical kind of game. It's hard to explain. But that is my number 2 game. It's a beautiful game. I can't explain it better than that. The music is beautiful. The graphics are incredible. The story, not really a story, but the gameplay is so fun. Being able to take off your hat, throw it, use your hat to control other enemies, and it's just a blast of a game. And the boss battles are actually really fun, and that really shocked and surprised me. So Super Mario Odyssey is my number 2 game, but I am not done with my number 2s. I'm gonna throw this in there because, honestly speaking, I actually forgot about this game until I just realized that I'm almost done with my top 10 games, and I never mentioned this game again to show that the Switch has a lot of great games. But runner up to number 2, I'm just gonna throw this in there because I forgot to put in my list, is Doom. Now you guys know how much I've talked about Doom. I love this game. I missed this game on the PS4. I didn't have any interest in playing on the PS4 because, you know, we had our Call of Duties, our Battlefields, our Destinies. So it's like, I don't have time for Doom. But again, the Switch came out and every game on it is so appealing to me. I just have to get it. So I got Doom and I seriously fell in love with this game. Yeah, you might complain that the frame rate issue is really bad, but the fact that Doom works and runs decent on the Switch is a testament on its own. If you guys haven't checked out Doom yet, do yourself a favor. Even if you don't have it on the Switch, you need to play this game because it's just a brilliant, fun game. This is a game that once you start, you just don't want to put it down. It's that simple. It's a great game. The shooting is great. The weapons are great. I can't explain. Doom, runner up, number 2. Check it out if you haven't. If you own a Switch, you're looking for a good first-person shooter, I think Doom is that game for you. Of course, my number 1 game, and you guys, this is everyone's number 1 game, but I'm gonna tell you why it's my number 1 game. So, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is my number 1 game, and this is why. If you guys watched my channel before I even got a Switch, I was originally not gonna get the Switch because I bought a Wii U and I felt burnt by Nintendo for buying a Wii U. And I bought a GameCube and I felt burnt from Nintendo from buying the GameCube. So I owned the N64, bought a GameCube, was pissed at Nintendo because they didn't support it, skipped on the Wii because I was pissed, and bought the Wii U and then was pissed at Nintendo, so I was actually gonna skip on the Switch because I felt burnt with the Wii U. And then, you know, me being a tech head and a gamer, I was like, yo, this system looks kind of appealing, check it out. Went to Best Buy, tested it out, it's like, I'm sold. This is crazy. I can't believe what I'm playing on a handheld here. So I bought it, bought Breath of the Wild, and I do have to say, Breath of the Wild made me a believer on the Nintendo Switch. Originally, I was not gonna pick up Breath of the Wild. I wasn't gonna pick up the Switch. But after I played that game at Best Buy, I was like, I've never seen anything like this on the handheld before. And so I bought it, played it. I remember I stayed up countless nights because that game was just so engaging. Like, the graphics were just amazing. Even though it didn't have a good story, I'm just being real, the story was not that great. But the gameplay element of just not being able to hold on to a weapon or shield. At first I didn't like it, but this just strategy, you know, you pick up a weapon, you save that weapon because you know if you use it, it's gonna be broken. So you save it for like a tough boss. And the cool thing about that game with Legend of Zelda is if you see something and if you think that can happen and you try it, it magically happens. If you see a tree and you see fire there and you see wood and you think, hey, if I pick up that stick, take it to the fire, touch it to the tree, is it gonna burn? It burns. If there's an apple on that tree that you want cooked, it cooks it. So this just, it's crazy. There's like just so much things you can do in that game. It's a beautiful game. I felt like Nintendo made an excellent choice to make that game a launch title for the Switch because it convinced a lot of people, not only Zelda great, but the Nintendo Switch is a force to reckon with. Now, is this the greatest game ever to me? No, it's not. But I feel like what this game did for the Switch, I mean, I own the Switch because of Breath of the Wild, just being real. And I feel like a lot of people own the Switch because of that game. That's why this is my #1 game for the Nintendo Switch. Alright guys, this is all I have for you guys. Let me know what your top 10 games are since you've owned the Switch. This is pretty cool. I can't wait to hear what all you guys have to say. Sorry that this video is a little long, but there's a lot of games to list and I had to give you guys my reason of why I feel like those games are important to me. So yeah, again, let me know what you guys think, and I definitely think that the Nintendo Switch is a console that as gamers we can salute. So all I have for y'all. Till next time. Peace out.